Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is going to be my December haul. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. This video is going to be my December haul, and it includes the bits I got for Black Friday. This is everything that I got recently, and this also includes my London haul, because I went to London last week over the Black Friday weekend. It was crazy busy everywhere, but they did have deals everywhere, especially in stores that sold makeup. So I got some fun bits. So let me show you everything I got. There's a little bit of PR that I received, so I'll show you those things first, and then we'll get to the London stuff. So first things first, this is almost like a regular thing now here on the channel. I did receive some PR from MONOLITH again. I actually got a code to use during their sale that they did in November. They did like a 2-day sale that was running for 2 days. I got one thing from their new drop, and then 2 things I was still really curious after, a brand I've never tried before, as well as something that was still kind of on the wish list, and now that it had like 30% off, I was like, might as well include it in the order. But yeah, so I did get a code for them to use towards this order, so this didn't cost me any money myself. And I am affiliated with MONOLITH, so if you want to shop through there, they're an EU-based retailer that stocks loads of different indie brands, which makes me really happy because it cuts out all of the shipping and handling fees. They do have free shipping over €100, so it usually pays off. If, like me, you get like 1 or 2, like if you only get 1 palette, it's still a little bit expensive perhaps. But if there's 2 things you eye up and you can budget for it, I think it can be worth it. And if you use my code, you can get 5% off of your order, so maybe that can make it worth it as well. My code is always in the description box down below, so if you want to use it, you can always find it there. But I'll pop it on the screen here as well for those of you who may not remember. But yeah, I got 3 different palettes, and one of them is already on my face. I feel like so on top of things this month. The thing that's on my face is this beautiful palette from Narimi Beauty. This is a sea beauty brand that I've never tried before, so this was something new for me to try, and I think this was now under €30 with the sale and stuff. So I was like, I might as well try it to see if that's any good. So this is the Ashes palette, I believe, and it's a beautiful cool tone color story. If you saw my Shop My Stash on Tuesday, you will have already seen the insides of these 3 palettes. Like I said, I already did swatches with these. I have already been using this palette. I did a look today with these blue tones, and I plan on using these sort of brownish grays. This is actually a plum when I swatched it. I did not know that. But because of the purple background, it looks like it's going to be a brown. But it looked plum in the swatch, so I'm really curious to see what it's going to look like on the eyes. But yeah, I use these bluey gray tones that it has on my eyes today, and the result is this really beautiful, like, grayish blue smoky eye. I'm living for this. I went with a very cool tone cheek, a very cool tone lip to tie in all of the cool tones, and I'm here for it. These are the kind of looks I love to wear in December, like the holiday season. A look like this with my brown eyes and my overall complexion is just chef's kiss. So I'm very chuffed with this. I was a little bit afraid with this that the shimmers were like oversprays. You can see here how shiny they are and how dull they become when you start using them. But as you can see on my lids, they are equally sparkly, and no matter where I go into the pan, the color payoff and the glittery sparkliness that the shimmers seem to have in here seems to be consistent. So that makes me very happy. Very good first impression here. If you want to hear my full thoughts on these 3 palettes, including some other bits that I have selected for my Shop My Stash this month, then check back towards the end of the month, because I do an eyeshadow palette review every single month, and I use every single pan of eyeshadow in every single palette I have. So just so you know, but this one was next on the list. Something I haven't tried yet, but that I just really liked the look of it when I swatched it. So I'm glad I was able to pick up the Shadow Sculpt Ghoul Garden by Unearthly Cosmetics, and I believe that this is the palette that when it came out over the summertime, a lot of people have been saying this is the old Unearthly formula. Unearthly is a brand I really enjoy, but I mainly enjoy their palettes from back when they were still called Alien Cosmetics, and right around the time where they changed their name to Unearthly. That's when I decided, okay, this is great quality, I like this a lot. And then they did some other things, and I've tried 1 or 2 things from when they did the changeover, and I wasn't a huge fan of especially their shimmer quality. From the way this swatched, I was like, ooh, I might enjoy this. It's very multi-chrome heavy though, so if you don't like multi-chromes and you don't like these like emollient shades, you may not like it. But I just love the different greens we get in here. It's very swampy. There's a little bit of vibrancy here, but nothing too much. Most of the mattes are greens or like yellow tone greens. So I'm here for it. The shimmers are also quite warm toned and sort of fit that category quite nicely. So I will be playing with this one after the Narimi Beauty one. So maybe, I think already later this week when you see my videos going live throughout the week, you will see looks that I've created with this on my eyes, because this I'm using tomorrow, and then on Sunday I want to use this one. So trying to get these out of the way as soon as possible so I can focus on filming my end of year favorites during my Christmas break. So I do want to do my eyeshadow palette review video a little early this month, hopefully. Hopefully I can get that up before Christmas. But yeah, very happy with the Ghoul Garden. It looks beautiful, and like, it reminds me a lot of what the Sorcerer's Smoke has to offer, which is based off of the original Fall Magic, which I already have. So that's why I don't own Sorcerer's Smoke or the new Fall Magic. Also because that's the newer formula. But this is like a different take on it, which I'm very much enjoying. At least the look of. I haven't used it yet, so we'll see how it goes. And then one thing that was new on MONOLITH that I decided to pick up, also because some of you were saying, well, I think that would be interesting, is the Gingerbread Bakery by Simply Posh Cosmetics. Simply Posh is a brand I've not tried before. So many people rave about their cozy cabin. But that color story wasn't quite right for me, and then by the time I was able to pick it up through something like MONOLITH, the hype had kind of died down. It was like, is this still something I want to try? But this looks really beautiful. Essentially, it's like colorful, like pastel shades and these warmish neutrals. The only row that's truly warm toned, though, is this. Because of the gold shimmering background, I feel that these shades skew a lot more warm tone leaning than what they actually look like when I swatch them. So this is a little bit misleading. Essentially, you get a look in every single little column if you want to. So you have a full row of mattes here, then a row of shimmers here, and another row of shimmers at the top. And there's like a little bit of a gradient going on from like a lighter shade to a darker shade. I will definitely be mixing and matching these a little bit just to add a little bit more fun, I guess. But I'm very excited for this little bit more cool tone row here. I'm loving the look of the pinks in here, which I'm not usually a pink eyeshadow fan. And this shimmer, especially here on the end, looks like it's really pretty. It seems to have some sort of like blue shift. Same for this one here in the middle. That seems to have a green shift. So I can't wait to play with this and see what it's actually like. Not sure yet how I'm going to put everything together, but this is another thing I hope to be testing out in the next week or so. So you will hear all of my thoughts on this. And I'm very excited to try this because I only heard great things about this. And I'm not entirely sure whether I'm going to like it. The formula felt a little bit thin when I was swatching it. It could be one of those eyeshadow palettes where I like the shimmers more so than anything else. But because this is magnetic, that could mean that when it gets time to declutter things, I could just pull my favorite shimmers out and not keep the rest of the palette. But yeah, I did enjoy the look of this a lot. This like gingerbread bakery, very nice Christmassy themed. So I'm really looking forward to playing with this. It's definitely a different take on a Christmassy palette than what you mostly see, which is very often like smoky eyes and like these glammed up things. But at the same time, and maybe it's because Too Faced did so many gingerbread themed things, but it does kind of remind me a little bit of something like the Gingerbread Extra Spice, which I used to own. So yeah, it's giving Too Faced a little bit. But that could just be because of the the fact that it's gingerbread themed more so than anything else. So we'll see how it goes in practice when I start using this. And then very kindly gifted to me, I'm actually part of an affiliate link program, which I do use them to generate links from time to time, but a lot of the links I can generate are US-based brands very often, or US-based websites. So it doesn't always make sense for me to use them, but still I always have a link to them in my description box as well. And there you can find like my favorites. And when I do like my like top 10 drugstore videos and stuff like that, I will try to link items there so you can find them a little bit more easily. But yeah, it's just super difficult for me in the EU to find links that are useful for everyone who views my videos. So I kind of toned down a little bit how much I use them, but I still use them regularly. And I do generate links like a couple of times a week. But yeah, you can find it there. It's Shop My Shelf. That's what it's called. And through Shop My Shelf, I was offered some Vieve products by the brand Vieve by Jamie Genevieve, I believe she's called. I think, was she just an MUA who did YouTube as well? I've heard her name buzzing around. I've tried the 90s palette by this brand. That was one of the items that I was allowed to pick out, but I was like, I already tried that palette and it wasn't my favorite. But I've heard quite a bit of buzz about this Skin Nova primer, so I was like, might as well try it. It's essentially a glowy primer, and we all know that I love a bit of a glowy primer, so I was like, might as well try that. So it's got a little bit of a pump. I don't know what this looks like yet. I haven't been able to take pictures of this. And then we have the Sunset Blush Balm in the shade Rosa. So I'm not sure if you can see the shade. You don't. But from all of the swatches I was able to find, this looked like really pretty. It's essentially like a liquidy blush, but then I believe it has a little bit of that glowiness that the primer has as well. And the shade Rosa seemed to be more aimed at deeper skin tones, but it seemed to be a very pretty sort of like rosy mauve tone. So I think it can be pretty. And I've never tried any other complexion products by this brand. Like I said, the only thing I've tried from them is the 90s palette. The overall brand is pretty warm toned. Everything skews a little bit yellow tone. So that's why I didn't go for any of the foundations, because I found it very tricky to figure out what shade I might be. And the lipsticks are all very like brownish yellow. So that's why I was like, you know what? I could try a blush. So thank you to Vieve and Shop My Shelf for sending me these products. I can't wait to try them out. It's going to be a little while, I think, before I can even test them out. It's definitely going to be in the new year. And then we get to London. So I need to get a little bit organized so I can talk you through my trip a little bit as well. If you do want to see what it is I exactly did on the trip, I already posted a vlog over on my second channel, which is called Floating in Books. The link is always to that channel in the description box as well. So if you want to see what I did, then you can go over there. But these are the bits I bought. I don't think I've ever been able to do like a Black Friday haul this early because I was able to shop everything in person. All right, so first stop was actually a shopping mall in Stratford. I had never been there before, and I think I like this one better than the one in Shepherd's Bush. So I went to Westfield Mall. There's two of them in London on either end of the city. And I knew that day was going to be Black Friday, so I knew they would hopefully have some deals. And both of those shopping malls have Sephora, so that's why I like going there. And usually it's a little bit quieter than in Central, and things are a little less picked over if you go to the Boots and Superdrug that they have in those places. So that's why I ended up going there. But at Sephora, I really didn't buy too many interesting things. I wanted to get some MAC lipsticks. These were on my wish list, but when I went to the MAC store that was in that shopping mall, they didn't have two of the lipsticks I wanted to get, so I was like, might as well. But then they were in Sephora, and Sephora did have all of them in stock. And they also had a discount on that. And then, new to Sephora in the UK was Rhode. So I picked up some Rhode's bits. These were excluded from any offers, but this is what I picked up from Sephora. And then because I had spent a certain amount of money on MAC products, I got an extra MAC thing. And because I spent over a certain amount of money at Sephora, I got another free thing. This is a theme you'll see in this haul. There were a lot of free bits. So the thing I got for free from Sephora, because I shopped there during Black Friday, is a stocking, which I think is really cute, actually. I think I'm going to put it somewhere next to my Christmas tree. I think that's fun. So that's that. And then because I spent a certain amount of money on MAC products, I got this thing, which I just thought when I received it that it was just this makeup bag. It's not. There's actually products inside it, which I didn't know until I got home. I did like unpack everything to see if it was okay, and it made the trip. But inside is actually two lip products I don't own yet. So it came with a full-size lip liner in the shade Spice, which I did own it in the past. It's a bit warm toned for me, but it can be nice with some lipsticks, I know from experience. And they gave me a free lipstick as well, which is Thanks It's MAC, which is a shade that when I was trying like on these lipsticks in store, the makeup artist actually in MAC, when she found out they didn't have it, the two shades I wanted in stock, she almost pushed me towards buying this one. It's again a little bit warm tone, but I think it goes really well with Spice. I haven't swatched this one yet, but I did swatch it in store and it looked like a pretty shade. It's a little bit too peachy for me, I think, but it's okay. It was a free gift with purchase, and buying those two items separately at full price would have been like almost as much as buying these 3 lipsticks with a discount. So I think that was a pretty good deal. So this is the makeup bag. I do like it. It's actually a pretty good size, so that will be great for travel. So the 3 lipsticks I got from MAC, because I wanted to, these were still actually on the wish list. I think I did a video with all of my MAC lipsticks in May, and then a couple of people were actually suggesting that I get 2 of these. So people were suggesting Diva. I thought that was discontinued, but people were saying, no, it's still around. I didn't know. So Diva went on the wish list after I filmed that video. And Syrup. Both of these I've owned before. So I used to own a bunch of MAC lipsticks. A lot of them got really old and they expired on me. And I've slowly but surely been rebuilding my MAC lipstick collection. So I repurchased Twig and I repurchased Brave and stuff like that. So I'm glad to have Syrup again. I believe Syrup is a luster. Yeah, it's a luster. And it's essentially my lips, but better. It's this really pretty, softer, pinky, cool tone shade. And it goes really well. So I was really happy with your suggestions for me to be buying that lipstick. So that is Syrup. And Diva is actually a really pretty, really deeper tone, but it's a little bit more red than Mixed Media, which I purchased instead. So this is a really nice deep red, and I can't wait to wear this. We all know I love a vampy lip, and you guys loved it when I wore my Mixed Media with a bit of Night Moth from the same line. So that's a matte lipstick. And then something I've been seeing quite a bit of buzz about as being like a good cool tone brown. If you want something that's cool tone, but you are a little bit paler and you can't get away with browns that are usually too warm for you, is Alone Time. This is the same formula as Syrup. And you can see that it's quite a gray leaning shade. So it's sort of like a taupey brown sort of thing. And it seems to have quite a bit of purple running through it. So I swatched it on the back of my hand and it seemed okay, but with me, I have pretty pigmented lips that have a little bit of a bluey pink to them. So for me, that usually means with sheer formulas like this, that my natural lip color can actually skew the lipstick and make it look weird. But with this, I was hopeful that maybe I can wear it by itself. But this, with a bit like grayish lip liner, I think will be amazing on me. So this is one that I sort of wanted to test out. I've seen a lot of people using this on TikTok, so wanted to test it out to see if it truly is the perfect cool tone brown that everybody's been raving about, or is it another one of those brown toned lipsticks that looks cool toned if people have a warm undertone. That's what I'm waiting to see. And then I got 2 Rhode bits, which I think are the 2 cult favorite products from Rhode. So this is Hailey Bieber's brand. They have not been available in Europe at all, not even online. This brand did not ship internationally, which is why I never got to try them. So I bought the Peptide Lip Tint, and this is in the shade Salty Tan, which I can't show you because, again, I haven't swatched these. I just took them home. I came home on Sunday night, and this is the first time I have a day with daylight where I can film and like even take pictures. So this is what it looks like. It's essentially this shade. So, and I love shades like this. Like I actually wore my Peptide lip balm from Essence quite a bit in the past week because I was getting over a cold and I was still a little bit like coughy and like nasally, and so it's only like since yesterday that it's really cleared up. And then when I cough, because there's like little like moisture particles when you cough come out, I always get really dry lips, so I was wearing that a lot. And this is like the colored version of that, I hope. And then I bought one of the blushes. This is the Pocket Blush in the shade Sleepy Girl. It's like essentially like the mauve tone one because I'm boring like that. Okay, so that's in the shade Sleepy Girl. Those are the Rhode bits. That's what I got from Sephora. In the same shopping mall, there was also a MAC store, and what they did have in stock was something, again, that I was seeing all over TikTok. I follow a creator on there called Elizabeth, and she's been putting everyone onto these extra dimension eyeshadows. This is in the shade Smoky Mauve, Mauve. I never know how to say this word because depending on your accent, you can pronounce it in like 5 different ways in English. In Dutch, we would say mauve, I think. So it's a French loan word probably. Here's what it looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. So Elizabeth, the person I follow on TikTok who put me onto this, really loves Sweet Heat as a shade from this line. And I used to own one of these in like a khaki shade, but that expired on me because I had had it for so long. And I've not tried an extra dimension eyeshadow since then. And when I swatched this on the back of my hand, I was like, that's gorgeous. And MAC, I think at Sephora was 20% off of everything. And then in the MAC store itself, they had 25% off. So that was a good deal. And then I think did Charlotte Tilbury have 15 or also 20 or 25%, something like that. And I actually got a little Pillow Talk lip kits. I was hoping that they would do this because I've been wanting to try Pillow Talk Fair. But essentially, I don't know whether it's going to suit me. It looks okay. I didn't love original Pillow Talk on me. I liked it for a little while, but it looked a little bit orange and off. And this is a little set with both the lip liner and the lipstick in. So it's the Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk Fair, and then the KISSING in Pillow Talk Fair as well. The reason why I didn't get a full size of the lipstick is pretty much because I don't love the KISSING formula from Charlotte Tilbury. Her mattes are my favorites. But this doesn't come in that formula. So this is just like a mini of the lip liner. So here is what that looks like. The lip liner looks like it's really, really nicely, very much up my street. But I do have lip liners that are that shade essentially already. A little baby lipstick. I love the look of that. And then here is what Pillow Talk Fair looks like. So I have plenty of other Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks as well. It's one of those brands where I tried quite a bit, and then I've kept my favorites over time, and that's what I sort of keep using. But I do know I like the Matte Revolution ones better than I do this one, so that's why I didn't want to buy the full-size lipstick. I was like, I already have so much lipstick, and this way I can try the combo, which I thought was nice. So I picked that up from Charlotte Tilbury. And then actually before Sephora opened, Boots was already open, and they had a full display of Urban Decay. I haven't seen an Urban Decay display in like 3 years, I think, and they had the full set, all the lipsticks. It made my heart happy, and the best part, they had 35% off on the entire display. So I got 3 things. I got 2 of the eyeshadows. These are both a Moon Dust eyeshadow and one of the regular eyeshadows, which I've been wanting to own for so long. So here's the regular eyeshadow in Shroom. And then, of course, TikTok made Space Cowboy blow up, and I love shades like this. So I bought Space Cowboy, and they have both of those in stock. And they were 35% off. So all 3 of these things, I essentially got one of the eyeshadows for free and then some. So that was a good deal. And then I was really intrigued with their Face Bond Luminizer when they released this. So this is essentially a liquid highlighter, but it also has skincare properties. So you can use it under makeup, you could use it as a mix-in, you can use it as a highlighter. It's a little bit like that Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow kind of thing. No, what's it called? The liquid one. Film Star Bronze and Glow is the bronzer highlighter combo. Flawless Filter. That the one that I like the Catrice dupe a little bit better of. But this, it's in the shade Silver Lake. And I need to shake it up. But do you see, like in the tube, it's probably very difficult to tell. But this has cool toned shimmers in, which I've not tried a product like this that has that sort of silveriness to it. So this is really intriguing. Because very often when brands put silver sparkles into a product like this, they also make the base a lot more white, which they did have. But that was a little bit too stark, actually, against my skin tone. And this looks a little bit better for me, personally. but it has this really beautiful like silvery reflect to it, making it look a lot more cool toned than other products of its type. And it's nice and small and handy. So this is an Urban Decay product that had low-key been on the wish list, but that I had not been able to find anywhere. And I wanted to see it in real life before like biting the bullet. And now that everything was on sale, I was like, might as well. So that was Boots. And then I went to Superdrug in the same place, which was super helpful. And they had a good size Superdrug there as well. So I had to buy some drugstore makeup too, of course. We have 2 of the MUA 5 pans. They had a limited edition cherry one. Look at this. Cherry Kiss. They had this entire cherry line. It does look a little bit deep, but my experience with these palettes has been that they are lighter on the eyes than they look in the pan. So it's these beautiful like cherry sort of shades, and then it's got a lighter shimmer and like this pinky shimmer. It goes nice and deep, some nice like neutrals for the crease. And then I didn't know that, but they've changed their like cool toned offering a little bit in these 5 pans. I couldn't find Enchantment anymore, which I do own, but they now do Stardust. I'm sorry about the reflect, but these still have stickers on. I haven't even opened these. But do you see like this shimmer here behind the branding? It's got this like bluey purple flip to it, and then you get like a deeper shimmer, and then you get 2 really nice like crease shades / deepening up shades, and then you get like a grayish black. Looks really interesting. So that one I knew I had to snatch up. And then because MUA was buy 2 get 1 free or something along those lines, I got the Black Cherry Lip Tint. This is the Metamorphosis Color Changing Lip and Cheek Oil. It looks black, but it probably just turns into like a bright pink. But this, I was like, I need something. And they did have like a lip liner to go with this that was like black cherry themed, but I already have a lot of like black and cherry sort of lip liners in my collection anyway, so I didn't need that. But this I thought looked interesting enough to try. So this was also part of that mini limited edition cherry sort of thing. So looks black and like with like it has, can you see this? Can you see the sparkle in this? It looks super interesting. So can't wait to see what this looks like on the lips. They didn't have a tester for this, so I couldn't try it out. Something that I also couldn't try it, like find a tester for, is this L'Oreal lipstick. It was on like a separate display and I couldn't find it anywhere else. It's in the shade 214 Violet Saturine. So here's the sticker. And now that I have it home, of course, I can actually open up. So this is a complete gamble. I was hoping, based on the sticker, that this could be like a nice, like, pinky purple sort of lipstick. Ooh, well, that looks pretty. Wasn't sure what it was I thought it was going to be lighter. Does it have shimmer? Seems to have some sort of, like, subtle sparkle in there. It's like a nice, like, it seems to have a little bit of, like, a purpley blue to it. Could be a very, very nice lipstick for what I like to go for. But yeah, that's the L'Oreal lipstick that I picked up. And then I spotted these at BarryM. This is the BarryM Glazed Gel Chrome Eyeshadow. So it's a chrome eyeshadow that's a jelly texture. And then when you tap it on, it dries down instantly. Look at this shade. Do you see that? Oh, that's so beautiful. It's like this icy lavender blue with a bit of pink and gold. And this was so unfortunate. I was actually paying for my order at the counter, and then I was putting everything in my bag. I had already paid, and then I was like, the lady was handing me all of the bits to put into my bag, and then we dropped it behind the till, and she couldn't get it out, so she allowed me to actually go back into store and pick up like a new bit. So that was very kind. And then I just bought a mini of my favorite shower gel. I still have like 3 of the big guys in backup, so I didn't need the original source. Tingly mint and tea tree shower gel, but I picked this up from Superdrug or Boots every single time I go to the UK, so I couldn't break the tradition. I usually also buy a Soap & Glory eyebrow pencil, but I still had 4 of those in backup, so I didn't need any new ones. I've only just today used up the one I was using, so I still have 4 that are perfectly fine, so I didn't need that. And I usually also get the Soap and Glory body butter, the Smoothie Star body butter. That's like one of my favorites. But again, I have like 6 of those left, so I didn't need any of those. And then I actually spotted some Morphe in store again, and these eyeshadows, again, they've had a bit of a buzz, especially on TikTok. But this is, what's it called? It's Cyber Chrome. You're not ready for this. Are you ready for this? It looks really pretty. I hope it's still okay. I didn't open this after I got it home. Look at these shades. Isn't this like such a me palette? It's perfectly cool toned. The 2 shimmers in the middle. Do you see that flash on the white? It's like this pinky purple. And then we get a beautiful shimmer, a silver, and then we get these 2 deeper shades. This is going to be deep enough for the crease. The deepest shade is actually like a gray brown instead of like a black, which is what brands usually give you. And then this really nice pink tone, which it could be a bit warm compared to everything else, but I think it can be pretty layered under the pinky tone shimmer in the middle. And then this really beautiful, like very light taupey gray. I really like the look of it, so I decided to pick it up. I don't even know what it cost, but it was Morphe. I think it was like 16 pounds, something like that. Like Superdrug and also Boots didn't really have any offers on drugstore makeup, but I always try like finding a couple of brands that I cannot get or that are difficult to find where I live. So that's what I did here. So those were successful. And then I went to Space NK, and there I bought some Sunday Riley, and they again had a gift with purchase. I don't know what's in here. It's some CEO products and mini good jeans. And what's the big guy? I didn't even check this out yet. Oh, it's the cleanser, the ceramic slip. So that's going to be fun. Nice little makeup bag with some mini skincare products, always welcome. And this is the 30 milliliter version of the Good Genes glycolic acid treatment. I've used this product in the past, really liked it, but it's so pricey. Full price, this product is 80 pounds, like 85 pounds or something. It was 25% off. That's why I bought it. This is like one of the bougiest skincare items I've ever tried that was also effective. So that's why I decided to like try this again. And actually it's good that this comes with some of the CEO products, because those are products I still wanted to try from the brand. But because they are so expensive, I kind of like put them on the wish list. But yeah, Good Genes is a good one. So that was in Covent Garden. I got that on the Saturday. And then I also went to The Ordinary, and there they had these little sets. And this is actually included 2 of the products that were on my wish list. The glycolic acid toner and I don't think you can see here because the ribbon is like over it, but it's the caffeine solution, which I like using on my under eye to depuff them in the morning. So I like that. And then it also came with the alpha arbutin, which I think I already have one of those, but I haven't tested it out yet. But this essentially, again, they had 23% off of everything. So getting this set was already cheaper than just buying the 2 products at full price, and it had a discount. So this entire thing was 16 pounds as well. So I thought that was a good deal. So got that. And then, of course, I had to go to Glossier, which is also in Covent Garden. I always go there whenever I'm in London. And the product I wanted was out of stock. I wanted to go there to pick up a new Halo Scope in quartz, so the highlighter stick. Really wanted that one, but unfortunately, they don't sell that product anywhere else where they have Glossier, like at Sephora. It's just not there. So I was like, okay, I'll go to the Glossier store, and then they were out of stock. I did pick up a new Future Dew, and now I'm not sure whether I already did that last time or not, but this is one of my favorite all-time primers. So I don't mind having a backup of this, because that's, again, and I think they had 20 or 25% off. I don't remember, but this way I have that product. And then I spotted these Cloud Paint Plush Blushes in store, and this shade Billow just looked super pretty, so I knew I wanted to test that out. So this is another really nice, hopefully, blush. I really like the packaging of these as well. And again, because it had so much money off, ooh, it's actually refillable. Like you could lift out the pan. I didn't see that. But here is what it looks like. It's like a lavender pink. We all know I like a good lavender pink. So Billow, I definitely wanted to test out. And this seems to be a really fun sort of formula to test out. It's sort of like putty, but not quite. It's like still a powder. It's weird. But yeah, that was Glossier. And then, of course, I had to get myself some Lisa Eldridge. And I didn't know that, but they came out with this pouch earlier in the year. And also on the website, if you spend over a certain amount of money, you got this for free. So I got this for free with my order at Liberty. And I did check out Lisa Eldridge because they're now also in Space NK and they are in Selfridges. But at Space NK, all of the products I wanted to get either just weren't even there or they were out of stock. So that's why I picked them up from Liberty instead. And I think they had 10 or 15% off. So that's actually the deal because I've never been able to buy Lisa Eldridge with like any sort of discount. And I did see them say on Instagram that the reason why they don't do Black Friday sales is because they don't have the stock levels needed to be able to participate, which I do think that's fair. But yeah, of course it would get crazy busy. But I did get this little makeup pouch for free. And I love the Lisa Eldridge makeup pouches. They feel very luxurious. And I have like several of them. I have the green velvet one. I think I have a red velvet one already. Maybe a blue one. And then I have the one with the Liberty fabric. And I have this one. And I think actually I had a denim one as well. But I decided to give one away because I had so many. So when I did a giveaway once upon a time, I was like, okay, I'll put that in. So these are the bits I bought. So what is it? Because it all looks the same. But I got 3 of the liquid eyeshadows. So I got 3 of them. And 2 of these are from the Christmas collection. They didn't have it in the special packaging though. That's the only downside. She did a set on her website with 3 liquid eyeshadows. But here's the thing, I actually didn't like the 3rd shade because there was this rosy tone in there. I was like, I don't think I'd ever wear that. But I got one of the matte ones instead now. So that's something I still wanted to try. So I got the silvery one. So the light silver. This is super sparkly. I think this is really, really pretty over a matte shade or anything like that. This is Aria. And then I also got Celine, which is this really beautiful, like it's deeper, but this again layered under the other one is really pretty. These complement each other really nicely. This is sort of like, it's greenish gray, but then it has loads of sparkle to it. It's really pretty and one of the more interesting eyeshadow colors that I think Lisa Eldridge actually does. And then I also got the matte in Ione, I think you say it in English. I don't know. It's in Dutch we would say Ione. So I don't know. It's a Greek name. I do know that much. And it's the matte, like, mauve taupe color. This shade, when she launched these matte ones, I knew instantly that I wanted to get it. But I didn't have the budget for it at the time. And, well, let's just say that this was out of stock forever on the website and anywhere else. So now I'm really glad to have that. And, of course, we all knew that this was on the wish list because my Velvet Muse is running very, very low. It's getting to the point where it becomes unusual without a lip brush. So I got myself a new Velvet Muse. And this is going to be super interesting for me because, of course, when you repurchase something from a brand, it's always the question, like, is it exactly the same or not? So this way I can hopefully, like, test out to see if it's very consistent or not. We'll see. Because I have one from back when the brand first started. Like, my Velvet Muse is one of the first Lisa Eldridge lipsticks I ever bought. I think I got Ribbon, Velvet Muse, Velvet Ribbon, Velvet Muse, and I think Skyscraper Rose. Those were like my first 3. So this is from very early days when all she did was lipstick. So I'm very curious to see if this is still as good as the one I already have. But yeah, mine is almost gone, so I knew I had to buy it back up. And that, my dear friends, is everything that I got in London makeup-wise. But if you know anything about me, you know that I like going to London to visit bookstores as well. That was another reason why I went to the Stratford Mall, because there we have the Works, and there were 2 the Works really close to each other. So if you want to see what books I got, because you're a bit of a book nerd like I am, then check out the second channel on Wednesday, because on Wednesday I will be sharing my book haul with you of all the books that I bought when I was in London. So this was all the makeup bits. So this isn't the only shopping I did. I did get 2 clothing items, but fashion hauls also go over on the second channel. And I only do those whenever I feel I have enough to talk about. And I don't buy that many things anymore when it comes to fashion. So those are a little wishy-washy when I get to do them. But on that channel, if you want to see what I'm wearing, like I try to do weekend outfits on there. I also have loads of pictures on my blog from way back in the day, because I've been blogging for like 15 years now. And so there's loads of online content of like outfits that I used to wear around like 2010, 2012, 2014. So I've been also going on a trip down memory lane, like looking back on what I used to wear, which is a lot of fun as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching this video today. Thumbs it up if you liked it. I will be back with a new haul to show you what I got in like December. There is going to be a little bit of extra bits, because one of the things I ordered for Black Friday isn't here yet. My Gloss Gots order actually got rerouted by DHL because they delivered it in the wrong region. So that isn't even here yet. Then there is a YESSTYLE order. I did decide to place an order on YESSTYLE on Cyber Monday because they still had some good deals on, and it came to not that much money. I was like, might as well. And then Esther kindly offered me to join in on her Viseart order. So through her, I placed an order for some Viseart palettes in the Black Friday sale as well. Because there were a couple that I still wanted to get that were on sale, and then they had the new palettes on the website. And if we join forces, then it's not as expensive with all the shipping and handling fees. So yeah, so thanks to Esther. So I hope that gets to me soon. It's probably going to take weeks for these things to come in, say for the Gloss Gots thing. I know with YESSTYLE, it could take up to 3 weeks for my order to be ready. Because there was one item that I ordered that was not going to be in stock for 21 days, which I don't mind waiting for those things. And also with things like Viseart, things coming now from the US, it can take 4 to 6 weeks for orders to make it even to Europe, which is usually why if I place orders like that during Black Friday, I cannot do a Black Friday haul until January, really, because it takes so long to get here. So yeah, I think that by January time, I may have those things in. And then I'll just show you those things. But yeah, those are already things that are on its way to me. So yeah, this is everything that I shopped for when I was in London. And I had a blast. It was a great time. I did almost get over my cold while I was there. But then it sort of like snuck its way back into my system, it seems, when I got back home. I haven't been feeling well all week. Like this is the first day where I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of feel like myself again. So I did get home at like midnight, and then I just had to go straight into work the next day. So that was hectic, to say the least. But yeah, I have a fun week, couple of weeks ahead of me. Busy weeks, but also fun weeks. So yeah, you're going to see these products popping up at some point here on the channel or on the blog. They're going to go into Shop My Stashes. They're going to go into reviews. And if I love them enough, they're going to make it to this channel, and they're going to be in other videos as well. So thanks so much for watching this video today, you guys. Thumbs it up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more by me. And then I hope to see you again really, really soon in a new video. Bye-bye.